Yeah, good evening, my dear students and subscribers. This is Niranjan. Welcome to Official Language Channel. There is a lot of time has been taken to communicate with my subscribers due to a busy schedule that I was. So now in this class, I would like to share with you a new video regarding the intermediate first year syllabus. That is the syllabus that has been revised due to COVID-19. So the first lesson, the PROSE lesson, disaster management. So here I am giving this, this photo. Then please students keep the textbook with you. I hope that the students who have been watching my videos, please keep the textbook with you. Here the disaster management revised syllabus. So please keep this material or the textbook with you. Okay. Now, yes, what is meant by disaster? What is meant by disaster, my dear students? Disaster is nothing but it is a dangerous hazards. Dangerous hazards. What is meant by management? Management means management in the sense is nothing but to deal with the situations in the optimum level. To deal with the situations optimum level. So for example, being a student, you can understand the management meaning. You have to manage your day-to-day activities. So in your family, your father manage all the things. Am I right? You are in your family, your father is going to manage all the situations which are going to be happen in your family. Am I right or wrong? So the management is important. Likewise, so in India also there are some things, natural calamities are going to be happen, or tsunamis, earthquakes, okay, and some things are going to be happen. So we have to manage the properly in order to, this does not going to be happen. So the government has to, manage these things to control the life of the people. Okay. So now we will see disaster management lesson. Actually, this is simplified by Dr. A. Madhavi Lata. Simplified by Dr. A. Madhavi Lata. And in the motivational questions we find here, do you know the difference between natural disaster and man-made disaster? Here the question is, asking to the students, do you know the difference between a natural disaster and a man-made disaster? What is meant by man-made disaster? Natural disaster. Natural disaster is nothing but it is going to be happen suddenly. Okay. For example, tsunamis, okay, earthquakes and lava explosion. These things are going to be happen natural or a sudden occurrence. Okay. But whereas man-made disasters, nothing but we and ourselves create the problem. Because there is an example happened recently in Vizag. I think you might have seen, my dear students, you might have seen the gas, because I have forgotten the gas name. Those students who know the name of the gas, please put your comment in the comment box. Okay. So that gas is, started in especially in Vizag. Few people, the tens of the people, passed away due to the gas leakage. So this is a man-made disaster. Likewise, the rivers are polluted by the chemicals. This is man-made disaster. And oil spills out some factories. Okay. And these are all man-made disasters. So here now the difference between the man-made disasters and the natural disasters we discussed here. This very important thing, try to understand while writing examination point of view. you must try to understand. The question may be asked, what is the difference between the man-made disaster and natural disasters will appear. Okay. So, here, second question, why is India one of the most disaster prone countries in the world? The second question is asking why India is in the disaster prone countries in the world. So, because India, as you just observe the map, in the south side Indian Ocean, east side Bay of Bengal, west side Arabian Sea. So, here in the north side Himalayas. So, once if you find the bottom of the India map, south and east and west, the complete coastal area, that is 4,700 miles total Indian coastal line. So, here this is also a geographical particular problem happened in the India. So, that is why India is in the what we can say the disaster prone countries in the world. It is identified. Our country is identified disaster prone countries in the world because of a geographical what we can say this is a geographical environment happened in especially our this one continent, or else in India is in the Gondwana plateau, but remaining other countries, other continents like Europe and some other these are all America, United States of America, that are Laurentia plateau. India is Gondwana plateau. So, these are the problems we find especially in India is disaster prone countries in the world. The second question. Third one, discuss with your partner the geographical configuration of India. So, because of geographical configuration of India is in the what we can say disaster prone countries. These very important questions, please try to understand, my dear students. While writing examination point of view, it is very useful information. Now, let us go to the lesson. Disaster is a catastrophic situation in which a normal pattern of life or ecosystem gets disrupted and extraordinary emergency interventions are required to save and preserve lives or environment. Yes, disaster catastrophic means dangerous thing, situation in which a normal pattern of life. Yes, definitely in our human life also sometimes we find heart attacks. This is also one kind of a disaster. It's not like a natural disaster. Sudden disaster happens in our life, in our day-to-day life. Likewise, in the ecosystem, in the natural, environment, disaster, this catastrophe is a situation in which a normal pattern of life. It is also part of the life. Our ecosystem gets disrupted. It's going to be disrupted. Sure, definitely there are some problems are going to be happen in our life. Just in example, in our life also sometimes heart attacks might be happen. Okay, we don't know the reason, because of course behind the reason there were some problems might be going on. Likewise, here also the natural disasters happens. Sometimes disturbance happens and extraordinary emergency interventions. Extraordinary emergencies are required for this purpose. Emergencies are required for this purpose. Interventions are required to save and preserve lives and environment, lives of the people and environment. Some innovations are to be, required. The great technology is required to save the lives of the people and what we can say environment. Third line, India is one of the most disaster prone countries in the world because of its peculiar geographical configurations. Already I discussed with you. So it is India is the so called disaster prone countries in the world because of this geographical configuration. When there is a disruption in the balance of environment, natural disaster occurs. So natural disasters occurs when there is a when there is disruption. When there is some disruption or a disturbance happens in the environment, so definitely natural disaster occurs and affects both human and the flora and fauna. So how the natural disaster happens? When something disturbance happened in the environment. So disturbance in the sense, the disturbance may be different irrespective of reasons. We cannot say that. It may be a tsunami or an earthquake or lava spills out. Okay. So these, when these things, natural disaster happens, occurs, they affects both humans and flora and fauna. Flora and fauna means it's animals and plants. Animals and plants. Flora and fauna is very important. Please underline this, phrase, flora and fauna. So when the disturbance happens, it causes and affects the human beings and flora and fauna. Flora and fauna means animals and plants. In Telugu, Vriksha Jalam. Okay? A reason. The particular reason is going to be affected by this disaster. Natural disasters are the manifestation of nature's anger and can take place anywhere, anytime. Yes, natural disasters, because it is not created by the human, so these things may be happens anywhere, anytime. We cannot imagine such type of natural disasters are going to be happen because due to the disturbance in the earth or in the water or in some other places. 5 elements, as you know that. So some disturbance happens among these 5 elements. So water, earth, sky, air and fire. These are the 5 elements which we know that some disturbance happens. So definitely this is the manifestation of the nature's anger, or else in one way, in my observation, this is going to be happen by God's manifestation. God only creates these natural disasters. But don't write these examination point of view. Whatever these lines are there, just you have to write in the examination point of view. Of course, you are not supposed to give your own opinion in the examination point of view. Please try to understand, my dear students. And such natural calamities include tsunamis, floods, hurricanes, earthquakes, forest fires and volcano eruptions. Now we'll see the PDF file once again. Yeah, this one you can find. I am reading this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lines. Such natural calamities include tsunamis, floods, hurricanes, earthquakes, forest fires and volcano eruptions. They have immediate impact on human health and lasting impact on human life. Okay? So these natural disasters, what are the natural disasters? The examples are tsunamis, like floods, hurricanes, earthquakes, volcanoes, forest fires. I think you might have seen recently, I think last year or this year, the middle of this year, Australia fire, what we can say, these forest fires. It is a very dangerous, calamity happened in Australia. Lakhs of, animals were dead due to the forest fire. I think you might have experienced in the media and newspapers. Okay, this is so pathetic situation happened in Australia due to forest fires. Many thousands of animals were dead, and volcanoes eruptions. So these are the natural disasters. They have immediate impact on human health and lasting impact on human life. Yes, Once the natural disaster happens, this affects the immediate impact on the human health. Definitely human health will be affected by these natural disasters. So our lungs, heart and our eyes and the main parts of our body will damage due to the natural disasters. Lasting impact on human life. So definitely there is a effect on human life. The first paragraph is completed. I think you might have understand. If you have any doubt regarding this first paragraph, please put comment box. I try my level best to give the answer. There is another type of disaster which is caused mainly by human error. Yes, second one is man-made disaster. Second one is man-made disasters. We and ourselves create the disasters because in order to live sophisticated life as a human being, so we are doing some errors, some mistakes. So because of doing this by mistakes, some man-made disasters are happening. Okay, the man-made disasters may result from gas leaks. Gas leak. I think I told you an example, a gas leak in Visakhapatnam. A few people, tens of people were dead. Yes, this is a man-made disaster. It's not a natural disaster. Oil spills. When the oil spills out from the wells, so these things might be happening night time. Okay, most of the time night times happens. This is a man-made disasters. Nuclear meltdown and industrial fires, and rivers also polluted by the chemicals. And one more thing is nuclear meltdown and industrial fires. Industrial, when some fire happens, short circuits might be happening in industrials. These things are going to be man-made disasters. Only natural disasters can be mitigated. Natural disasters can be mitigated. What is the meaning of mitigated, children? Mitigated in the sense controlled, reduced. So only natural disasters can be mitigated or controlled, but not man-made disasters, because man are not going to be sit just like a rock. Okay, that's why we can just control or mitigated the natural disasters, but not the man-made disasters, because man has been doing his works. What we can say, in order to live in the sophisticated life in the society, that's why he has been doing his business. In the process of doing his business or commercial, so these man-made disasters happens. Am I right? So India has taken many steps to manage disasters and has formed many organizations to mitigate, reduce and avoid the hazards of the disasters. Yes, this paragraph I would like to finish this video, and because of the lengthy video, so I would like to do another video about this lesson. Yeah, last line, India has taken many steps to manage disasters and has formed many organizations. As you know that your father has to manage the situations whenever the situation happens in your family. Likewise, our country has to manage these disasters like man-made disasters and natural disasters to control. So that is why this country has formed many organizations are working with these so-called the problems whenever that happens. Organizations to mitigate in the sense to control, okay, to reduce and avoid the hazards of the disasters. So that's why India has taken decision to form some organizations have been working especially for this so-called natural disasters or man-made disasters to control these, at least control, but not optimum level. 100% it's not possible, because this is a natural disasters. When that happens, no country or nobody can do anything else. At least these organizations can control what we can say disasters, okay, to avoid the hazards of the disasters. So in the second paragraph also completed, and now I will go for third paragraph. The next video, because of due to lengthy video, I would like to stop this video. So thank you very much. If you like this video, Please like it and share it and subscribe my channel. Tap the bell icon button to get latest notifications. Thank you very much.